Frustration is mounting and anger is growing with the liberals and passive politicians. Learn the playbook of those who are trying to destroy our country. From the blue-collar professor, he teaches, he leads, he speaks out for truth and justice. Now, the educator of all things conservative, your
the leader in talk radio on the internet, right here on K98Talk.com.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls? Start saving thousands in interest and fees and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1246. 800-826-1246. That's 800-826-1246. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
Alright folks, this is Rick Robinson with you. I want to tell you about some friends of mine from a company called Security Enforcement Specialists. When I ran my security agency for 12 years, I worked with one of these partners on a daily basis. He's been involved in this agency now, and with his other partner, they do have over 30 years of experience in the private security industry. If you own a business, and you need someone to keep you or your customers or residents safe, then I highly recommend contacting Security Enforcement Specialists today. Give them a call at 405-703-1796. Again, that's 405-703-1796. Again, tell them Rick from K98 Talk sent you. Like I said, if you need the help, they are here for you, so make sure that you go look them up, check them out, and see what they can do.
Wrong way. Welcome to the place.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
The Internet will never be the same. You're listening to K98Talk.com.
Wow. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely.
Host, Dr. Gavin Mitchell.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tuesday edition of the program. It's one of those days in Dallas where we begin to put the pieces back together. We begin to take steps forward, and in my opinion, it's step number 2. The first step is to get off the ground, to be quite frankly, because all of us caught a haymaker right in the gut, right in the jaw, and it knocked us to the ground. And step 1 is to get back up. And it's okay to hurt. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to lick your wounds. And that's where we're at. And step 2 is today. Today is the memorial service, the formal memorial service being put on by the city of Dallas. It's an interfaith service, so all faiths will be recognized just as they were in the prayer service that followed the attack. And say what you want to about that. You know, say what you want to about faiths that you do not believe are real, religions that you believe are man-made, so on and so forth. That's fine to have that discussion another time. But what we need right now is the unity. We need to come together. We need to bridge this gap. And the gap is wide between the black community and police officers, and the rest of us that are a part of neither one of those communities are caught in the middle. And we're caught in the crossfire, to be quite honest with you. And this memorial service is needed. Now, there are only 2,000 seats available at the Meyerson Symphony Center where this is taking place. And so it's by invitation only. The families of the fallen officers are there. The injured officers are there and their families. And it's filled with a great deal of police officers. As they begin to put this together, there is an interfaith choir that is made up of different churches and religious organizations along with the city of Dallas. Their choir is in the front, and it's a day that's needed. Now, Mayor Mike Rawlings sent out the invitation to President Barack Obama to come speak, and Barack Obama took it. In fact, the order of operations today is going to be, and I'm looking at it, Senator John Cornyn will speak first, and he will introduce President George W. Bush, who lives in Dallas. And a lot of us, quite frankly, up until somebody talked some sense into me, would have been quite okay if that was it. That if Barack Obama didn't show up because of his language, because of the way he fuels this situation. He doesn't help causes. He doesn't unite. He doesn't heal. He takes these situations and advances his agenda the best he possibly can. And so a lot of us would have been okay. There was some talk floating around. There were some mentions on talk shows, even mine, and social media, that a lot of people wouldn't be upset if the police officers turned their back on President Barack Obama. But the more I thought about it, the more I kicked this around about turning your back on the president, I don't know if that's the right play. I definitely won't be mad at them if they do. But this isn't about Barack Obama. This is about the 5 fallen officers in Dallas. This is about the city of Dallas coming together and uniting and putting the pieces back together after a terrorist attack. It has nothing to do with Barack Obama, and he has an obligation as president to show up, and I can respect that. The problem is he's so detached from what's going on that I don't know if he's got anything to say to us. But again, it's not about him. So John Cornyn, the center, will kick things off. President George W. Bush, Dallas Police Chief David Brown would speak third, and President Barack Obama will lock it up. Now, the interesting thing about this, it was supposed to start 12:30, give or take. And here we are as I'm recording. It is 1 o'clock, and it is just now starting as Mayor Mike Rawlings takes the podium. The president was late. He was extremely late. But what do you do, right? But on that plane, it wasn't just Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. There were a number of other people, and Ted Cruz was on Air Force One. Now, just a little aside from what's going on, I wonder if there was a single word said from Ted Cruz, or if he was just hopping a plane to get to the people of Dallas. I wonder if there was any discussion between Barack Obama and his cronies and the pinnacle, the crown jewel of current conservatism, Ted Cruz. I doubt there was. When they got off the plane, I was watching the news, and in fact, I'm watching it as we speak with the volume down. If anything comes about, we'll definitely pipe it into the board. But they didn't seem like they were excited to be together. They didn't seem like they were excited to do anything together. They weren't talking. They weren't standing next to each other. They barely acknowledged each other. And so here we are on a day that we begin healing, on a day that we begin putting the pieces back together. All the proper pieces are in place. Leadership is at least present. I don't know how much leading they're going to do, but I want to point out something that I have observed, and I mentioned it on the program, as this whole situation has unpacked and we begin moving towards putting this behind us. The leadership in Dallas, even though Mayor Mike Rawlings is a Democrat, even though Chief Brown probably leans that way, the leadership in Dallas has been incredible. Chief Brown has stood up and he has been firm, he has been fair, and he has been honest. And he has done what he needed to do to make sure that he said, look, I know this police force is hurting. I know it doesn't make sense, and I know it's easy to get mad, but jump on my back. I will carry us through this. And he has done a fantastic job, all the way to the point of the night the shootings happened, that he made sure he was there at both given hospitals, at Baylor and at Parkland, that when those fallen officers' bodies were loaded up, he was there at the honor line, where Dallas police officers line up and they render a salute for their fallen peer as they are loaded into the coroner's van. And they do not drop their salute until those bodies are loaded and those vans are ready to go. Chief Brown made sure he was there. Chief Brown visited the families that night and gave them hugs and consoled them the way a leader does. And his speech has not been politically correct. It has not necessarily been tactful, but it's been honest. It's been honest that we ask too much of the police department, trying to deal with mental illness out on the streets without the training, dealing with stray dogs in the city of Dallas. We've had a couple attacks by stray dogs in South Dallas, and somehow that falls on the police's back. He's talked about having to be father figures to all these families that don't have dads. Because the African-American community, 73% of kids are born out of wedlock. They don't have a male figure in their life that they can look up to. And somehow that burden's been dumped on police officers. He said it. You're asking too much of us. We're stretched too thin. But then he came out and said, look, whether your movement, whether your argument is justified or not, you got two options. You can either continue to scream and yell on these streets and protest and do nothing, which is effectively what you're doing. Do nothing. Or you can be a part of the solution. And by the way, we're hiring. Come, be a part of the solution. I will put you on a beat that is in your community where you can make a difference. To this date, no one's taken him up on that. But today's comments by the president, they're going to be interesting. I'm curious to see what he has to say. I'm curious if every time he gets behind a microphone, that he pivots to a racial cause or gun control. At a time where you have an audience there at the Meyerson Center that is hurting. They are grieving. They don't want to hear the politics right now. They want to see leadership. They want to know people are in their corner. They want to know people understand what they're going through. And if Barack Obama gets up there and starts spouting to the world racism and gun violence, uses this as a platform, the city of Dallas is going to reject him completely. Absolutely. Complete rejection is what will come out of this. Now, it may help his cause that Mike Rawlings is out there leading the way, that before him, John Cornyn will go, George W. Bush will go, and Chief David Brown will go. And maybe they'll set the tone to where he'll make an adjustment if he's deciding to go that way. But probably the most striking scene I've seen so far of this whole situation is that in the audience, there are 5 seats left open. And in those seats are a folded American flag, and at the top of the chair, the formal hat that the police officers wear to represent the fallen officers. And it is a touching moment. As I said earlier, this memorial service is by invitation only. There's only 2,000 seats available. Outside and across the street at the park, there are thousands of people out there to show their support with signs that say thank you and back the blue and we're for you. And it is a community coming together. There are 2 squad cars parked outside the Dallas Police headquarters that are just covered. You can't see the squad cars anymore in notes and cards and flowers, balloons, different gestures to say, hey, we're here for you. And Chief Brown was right the night it happened. A lot of days these guys don't feel like there's much support from the community. And it's so true. If you watch what goes on, it's so true. But I hope, if there's a silver lining to this cloud, that this is the end of that. That we become one. We are now one. We understand that these police officers each and every day have to run towards the gunfire as we run away, have to answer calls having no idea what's on the other side, having no idea what they're walking into. The same police officers that keep us safe. I mentioned that thin blue line yesterday. They are that thin blue line. I listened to a lot of talk here in the Dallas area. And one guy called in and said, you know what, I couldn't help but feel like I was being harassed the other night because I had pulled up outside my buddy's house. I was dropping him off for work. We were in our work truck, and we just had a conversation. We were just sitting out in the car talking. And the conversation lasted 30, 40 minutes, and we've all been there. We've all been in a situation where you're at someone's house where you're dropping them off, and the conversation's not done. Maybe you're talking about something very important regarding work or personal life. Maybe you're being there for your buddy or your buddy's being there for you. We've all been there. But the police officer that patrolled the area recognized a car that didn't fit. He's there every night. He knows the neighborhood. They call it community policing. And he recognized this car is out of place, and there's two guys sitting in the car. It's at the end of the workday, so you have to assume the sun is starting to go down, and they're just sitting there. So he pulled up behind them, kind of sat there for a while, and then came and spoke to him, said, hey, what's going on? Need your license, need to know what's up. And this guy felt like, he's like, I couldn't help but feel like I was being targeted. I was being harassed. I wasn't up to no good. It's not like I was out there peeping in windows. And the talk show host responded. He said, hey, now hold on. Look at it from his perspective. He drives that street every night. He sees a car that doesn't fit, and he sees two men inside. And he pays attention, and they're still sitting there and still sitting there. So he just wants to see what's going on. He doesn't know if you're planning an assault, an ambush, an assassination, a robbery. He doesn't know what you're up to. But if that was your community, wouldn't you want that police officer to do the same thing? If they were sitting outside your house, wouldn't you want him to get to the bottom of it? And the guy said, yeah, you know what? I haven't looked at it at that perspective. It's not like he pulled me out of the car and shook me down and, beat me up and put me in cuffs. And none of that happened. He just wanted to know what was going on. It's that knee-jerk reaction that has to change. It's that perspective that we have that the police are out to get us. It's got to adjust. I'm not saying the police are right 100% of the times, just like any profession. Any of them, teachers, cashiers, doctors, lawyers, it doesn't matter. The majority are good and try to do what's right, but every now and then there are some bad apples in there. You got to get rid of the bad apples, but not all of them are bad, not even close to all of them are bad. I saw a deal on Fox News last night. Megyn Kelly's started to host these town hall things. The first one was on ISIS. This one was on Black Lives Matter. And the Black Lives Matter group was so closed off and so dead set that they were being persecuted by police, that they weren't listening. There were a number of scholars, a number of leaders, a number of former police officers, a number of law enforcement experts. There were clergymen there, all stating facts. And they just completely dismissed the facts because that's not what they're being told by their leadership. That's not what their perspective says. We all have to open our eyes and open our minds and open our hearts. As Dallas takes the first step, the second step into healing and becoming united again, we all have to look back and say, well, what do we do? What do we do? We can't ignore the facts. We can't lash out in emotion from either side. And we've got to find common ground. We don't have a choice. Because I'm telling you, if there is another one of these, another two of these, it's civil war. There's no pulling it back. There's no undoing what's done. And the emotions are already high. Everybody is at a breaking point, whether you're directly connected to what happened in Dallas or not. Police are afraid for their lives. This Black Lives Matter group, justified or not, they are afraid for their lives. Those of us who are caught in the middle are afraid for our families, are afraid for ourselves, are afraid for our cities. And most importantly, I think, we're afraid for our country because we're losing grip. It is a slippery slope we are headed down. And we are losing our grip. Now, you can trace that back to a lot of things, but the fact of the matter is it can't be undone. But we have to learn from our mistakes. We have to understand cause and effect. We have to understand the facts of the situation. Not what our emotions say, what are the facts? And we have to piece that together as a group, as a community, as a country, and begin to come up with a resolution out of that. And if we don't, if either side, the Black Lives Matter side or the Blue Lives Matter side, refuses to do that, I'm worried this might be the beginning of the end. We might be no better than all of those other countries we see on TV.
The Gavin Mitchell Show.
It's summertime again, ladies. Time to break out those sandals and give your toenails a little TLC. The nail technicians at Friendly Nails in Cleburne, Texas are ready to provide you with professional and friendly service. From manicures to pedicures and a variety of specialized services such as acrylic nails, facials, and waxing. Custom designs and a variety of stones to accent your nails are also available. The technicians at Friendly Nails are all licensed and trained in the latest technology and have experience applying every kind of polish on the market. So stop by and be treated like royalty. Relax in their massage chairs and unwind. Full body massage therapy is also available by appointment only. For all you guys wanting to give your special lady a little treat, $50 gift certificates are available now for $40, and anyone who mentions hearing about Friendly Nails on the Gavin Mitchell Show or KLIF will get $10 off any $50 purchase. Friendly Nails is open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sundays from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Located at 180 North Ridgeway Drive in Cleburne, Texas. Call them at 817-641-3400. Walk-ins are welcome.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-525-8479 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-525-8479 to take your call now. Call 1-800-525-8479. That's 1-800-525-8479. Again, 1-800-525-8479.
Do you need residential or commercial roof repairs, maintenance, or replacement in the Dallas-Fort Worth area? J-Bow Roofing has over 35 years of experience in the industry, and they have the know-how to keep you dry and comfortable. J-Bow Roofing also offers a roofing system that is warranted against hail of any size, and this is a no-excuse warranty. J-Bow Roofing doesn't want their customers to cringe every time it hails. They want customers to have complete confidence that their roofing system is going to stand up to the task. Basically, J-Bow Roofing wants to stop the insanity, lifetime roofing period. Re-roof once and be done. A J-Bow roof product is aesthetically pleasing and tougher than anything you can find. A J-Bow roof is so nice your neighbors will want it. J-Bow lifetime roofing systems are strong as steel, tougher than hail, and guaranteed. So it'll be the last roof you put on your house. Looking for a price? Get a no-cost, no-obligation quote today at jabeau.com. That's jabeau.com. J-Bow Roofing. Your long-term satisfaction is their immediate goal.
Twisted Roads Trading Post in Crowley, Texas is your premier biker apparel, leather, and accessories store. Stop in and visit with Brothers Ron and Carl Phillips. Twisted Roads Trading Post carries leather jackets, chaps, vests, accessories, gifts, and more. Open 6 days a week, Tuesday through Thursday, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and on Sundays, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Got a motorcycle or trike to sell? Their park and sell lot is now available and anxious to show off your ride. Visit us for sewing, embroidery, and t-shirt printing services. Airbrush services by our friends at Kingdom Custom Creations are also available throughout the week. Call today or visit twistedroadstradingpost.com or find and like them on Facebook. Located west of Crowley on FM 1187, then south on FM 1902. Go 1.3 miles and look for the flags. 817-768-8761. That's 817-768-8761. Twisted Roads Trading Post. If the flags are flying, we're open.
Let's get back to the program. If you're sick of the garbage that comes out of Washington, D.C., then it's time to arm yourself with knowledge from the Blue Collar Professor. Here's your host, Dr. Gavin Mitchell.
If you are looking to connect with the show, you can find us on the web, www.thegavinmitchellshow.com. You can email me anytime, gavin@thegavinmitchellshow.com. And we're on Twitter at The GM Show. Now, a little housekeeping. I have a meeting set up later this week that could possibly open the doors to some offerings we can provide you. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag yet, but I do want to put the thought in your head that we are working on some things. We're working on some things with some other hosts. You can probably put two and two together if you follow the show to know which direction that's going to go. But we really want to step this thing up, and I think we've got a good plan. We're going to have some meetings this afternoon. We're going to have some meetings later this week about finalizing this thing and putting it all together, at which time we can unveil it to you. And I think it's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be something you're going to be very interested in, so stay tuned for that. We're keeping an eye on the memorial in Dallas, so if anything comes up or anything said, we'll definitely get it to you if it comes out during the show. But Loretta Lynch followed James Comey today, Comey last week, Loretta Lynch this week, to testify before the House Judiciary Committee. And there were a couple issues that came up. First, how in the world could you not indict Hillary Clinton over this email server? The threshold was gross negligence. What happened? And she said, look, we took the recommendation. The team reviewed the facts, and we arrived at a unanimous they arrived at a unanimous recommendation that she was pleased to follow. I bet she was pleased to follow, right? I mean, what makes you happier than this? Even though it was all set up, what makes you happier than this? And they asked her, well, wait a second. And they asked her about specifics in the investigation, and she just punted. She refused to talk about the specifics of the investigation. Said it would be inappropriate for her to comment on that because she's Attorney General. And the fact that they know builders, she doesn't think Hillary Clinton should be dragged through the mud. Now, some of this is conjecture on my part, admittingly. But that's the crux of this. She just completely punted. She didn't cooperate. She showed up because she had to, but they got nothing out of her. Now, they asked her, do you think Hillary Clinton lied under oath? She said, well, I can't comment on that. They said, well, did y'all swear her in? Did you or the FBI swear her in during any of this testimonies? And I'd be inappropriate for me to comment on that. She completely punted every chance she got. She got nothing out of it. Now, the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, his name is Representative Bob Goodlatte. Goodlatte. I don't know this guy. He's a Virginia Republican. Maybe I should, but I don't. He said that decision defies logic and the law. He can't believe it. And he told her point blank, a less powerful government official would not have received the same treatment. And he said this whole thing is incredibly troubling, the fact that it came just days after you and Billy Clinton met on a private airplane where no one heard what was going on. She assured him that the emails were not discussed. Assured him. Well, then that's all you need, right, from this administration? Because They're straightforward and they're transparent. The most transparent administration in the history of this country. That's what they are. So if she says it, it must be true. Because they don't lie. They don't mislead. It's a bogus deal. Hats off to the House for trying to get to the bottom of this, but they're chasing their tail. They have been worked. We have been worked by the Obama administration on this situation. There's no two ways about it. This thing was set up to be knocked down, and they look like $1 million right now. Even though we know it's a conspiracy, if you connect the dots, this thing, the fix is in, as social media says. It was rigged from jump. But it doesn't matter because now she's off scot-free, at least with the indictment on the Espionage Act. But the House is pursuing the perjury charge. They're asking the FBI to look into it. Now, why any reasonable person would think the FBI would come up with a different outcome than what they did with the espionage allegation at this point, I don't know. But it's going to be awful tough for her to wiggle her way out of that because all of that is public record. It's not like they're digging through emails that we may or may not have seen. It's not like it's hidden an amount of information. They have Hillary Clinton testifying under oath. Then they have James Comey saying under oath she lied. And so it's going to be awful hard not to recommend an indictment out of that. They did ask her a little bit about the shootings and the violence and things like that. And she admitted that, you know, the shootings in Dallas rocked the country. And she says the Justice Department will continue to work with state and local law enforcement agencies to provide funding and technical support for programs like body-worn cameras and de-escalation training. Now, you can jump to a conclusion on that. Oh, you're blaming the police. No, you know what? They have a tough job. They deal with idiots all the time. Being able to diffuse a situation is an art, and it's needed. Even when the police are completely right, when people deal with the police, they don't always use their noggin. They're not always thinking with their head. Sometimes they're cracked out. Sometimes they're drunk. Sometimes they're just emotionally charged. So you have to be able to manipulate that person into settling down, calming down, thinking clearly. I want to talk about some of the reaction across the country. Different companies, different situations. We're going to go out to Silicon Valley next.
The Gavin Mitchell Show.
Are you getting squeezed by the economic downturn? Hey, you were doing fine. Then, all of a sudden, you're having a tough time paying your family's credit card bills. Maybe you were downsized or even lost a job, but you still owe 10 grand or more in credit card bills. And you just can't afford the minimum payments anymore. We're here to help. We are the Genesis Debt Partners. We know the secrets to negotiate better terms with your creditors. Make a free 10-minute call right now and learn how we can help you get out of debt. 800-807-9767. If you owe 10 grand or more in credit card debt and you want to learn how you can pay less and get out of debt faster, call right now. 800-807-9767. 800-807-9767. Get out of debt now. 800-807-9767.
Hey everybody, your pal Gavin Mitchell here from my friends at Texas Elite Landscape. We all have that embarrassing spot in our yard we just can't seem to get grass to grow. Or perhaps you're tired of pumping hundreds and thousands of dollars into your yard just to get it to turn green when the weather warms up. Or maybe the constant maintenance is just too much to bear. Well, my friends at Texas Elite Landscaping are the most respected synthetic grass installation specialist in North Texas. Locally owned and operated, they have installed over 1 million square feet of the highest quality grass made right here in the USA. And I know what you're thinking. Is it pet and child friendly? You bet it is. So whether you want your yard looking picture perfect year round, no matter what the season is, or perhaps you'd like a putting green in the backyard to keep your husband home on Saturdays, give my friends at Texas Elite Landscaping a call today. 214-298-7726. That's 214-298-7726. Or find them at TexasEliteLandscaping.com.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-824-3301. 800-824-3301. That's 800-824-3301. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
Boy, man, I had a rough night's sleep. Boy, I got a letter from the IRS yesterday, and I just couldn't sleep. Man, I'm dying here. Somebody help me.
IRS problems affect more than just your finances. If you're ready to take back control of your life and you owe more than $10,000, you need to call the tax doctor. Their expert staff can immediately protect you from the IRS and state collectors and get you the best possible tax settlement guaranteed. The IRS has recently released new programs geared in helping struggling taxpayers, where you may qualify to settle your tax debt and wipe out up to 85% or more of what you currently owe. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call the tax doctor right now. See if you qualify to pay less. 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. 800-631-9123. Again, 800-631-9123.
Hey, liberals, try rooting for your own country for a change. Our blue-collar educator of all things common sense does. Now, back to the Gavin Mitchell Show.
If you are looking for the program throughout the week, you can find us on our flagship station, conservativeradionetwork.com, each and every day at 5 p.m. Central. You can also find us on Red Nation Rising Radio, rednationrising.us, powered by Conservative Radio Network. That is at the exact same time, 5 p.m. Central. We are on K98 Talk, the 405 Media, High Plains Radio, Sackheads Media Radio, StreamingTalkRadio.com, and IPBN-FM.com. So special thanks to all those guys for carrying our program. It means more than you know. And do not forget, Matlock and I get together each and every week and put together 2 hours off the cuff, straight shooting, no notes, just two guys going at it with the conservative cartel. And that airs on the Cowboy Logic Radio Network. It also airs on Red Nation Rising, Conservative Radio Network. And there are a few outlets. Matt has the list. He'll give it to you as you listen. But please tune in. It's probably the best radio I do all week, to be honest with you. It's a good show. I want to turn and talk about the support that some of these groups are giving Black Lives Matter, because we talked a great deal yesterday about how the facts that Black Lives Matter are leaning on are fictitious. They're not there. They're not true. And as a result, they have been lied to, they have been misled, and they believe it with every bit of their heart that that's the truth. And when those of us that try to bring the actual facts to them, no, they're tainted. It's bad data. We're conservatives trying to defeat their cause, whatever. They have been lied to by the current slave pimps of this country. Facebook is one of those groups. Facebook is gosh, they've been under scrutiny between this, what do they call it, trending wall and censoring conservative messages, pulling things down that are conservative. They're on the forefront. And Hamburglar, whatever his name is, I call him Hamburglar, has not been quiet about supporting Black Lives Matter. He's been out front. And the very day after, Friday, after the shootings in Dallas, in their Menlo Park campus, they erect a giant sign that reads Black Lives Matter. Now, the letters of Black Lives Matter are a collage made up of all the names who have famously been attacked or killed on the basis of race. One of these names is Emmett Till. A lot of people are like, wait, well, I don't recognize that name. You're right. Because in 1955, he flirted with a white woman and was lynched. Nobody condones that. But that's where we were before the 1960s and the Civil Rights Movement. His name is right next to Michael Brown, the guy we talked about yesterday in Ferguson that reached into the police officer's car and tried to take his gun and then charged the police officer. Tell me how those two are connected at all other than they're black. They're not. And they asked Facebook, Breitbart asked Facebook, what's the connection here? They didn't answer. Of course they didn't answer. It's these guys who continue to promote this. Zuckerberg, Hamburglar, there's a rumor floating around that he is such an advocate of Black Lives Matter in their movement that some of the staff at the company wrote All Lives Matter on the whiteboards in their corporate headquarters. He flew off the handle. He actually punished some of his staff for that. A couple days ago, there was a picture of a police officer, and it was a cartoon, getting his throat slashed. It was posted by a Cleveland Browns football player. They didn't pull it down. They said it didn't violate the agreements. Terms of service is what they called it. But Zuckerberg, the Hamburglar, boasted that in the death of Philando Castile, that they were able to live stream it via the live stream feed, and that's so important because it reveals truth about the situation. Aha. There it is. He wants people to use his site and use his features to promote, quote, what's really going on from their perspective, because that's how he makes money. If there is this giant movement out there and he can be the medium at which those on the front line can communicate and share their stories, he stands to make a profit. Do you think he really cares about anybody's black life? Do you think he cares about anybody's life? No! This guy is as anti-American as anybody in the country. Look at forward.org. Look at his whole immigration policy. He doesn't care about Americans, and he certainly doesn't care about Black Lives Matter. He just sees an opportunity, like Jesse Jackson, like Al Sharpton, like Hillary Clinton, like Loretta Lynch, like Barack Obama, to make a few bucks off the cause, and you bet he's going to cash in. Because now they have access, those on the front line, to share what they see to the whole world in real time because of their live stream feed technology. Now he's going to come out and he's going to say, oh, this is horrible. I condemn this. And I'm glad to see that we are forcing transparency and accountability. He's going to say all that crap. He's a liberal joke. He is part of the problem. He is part of the problem, just like all these current day slave pimps are part of the problem. I'm telling you, if you're in the black community and this is important to you, you need to wake up. I'm not saying your cause isn't real. I'm not saying you're not really hurting. I'm saying you need new leadership, because your leadership isn't for you. They're for them. And they are taking you to the cleaners.
The Gavin Mitchell Show.
You hear the headlines. You know health insurance is a real mess right now. Premiums have skyrocketed, and in most cases, you're stuck with your plan until open enrollment. But there's a government rule that allows you to qualify for lower health insurance rates if your life has changed. That means if you've changed jobs, if you're having a child, if you're getting married, if you're getting divorced, even if you run a small business or you're self-employed, this law may qualify you to get lower health insurance rates. Call the Health Insurance Hotline today. Learn how this 10-minute call can help you get lower health insurance rates. This is a free service to help consumers learn the laws to help them qualify for lower health insurance rates. So call right now to learn more. 800-926-4501, 800-926-4501, 800-926-4501, 800-926-4501.
Hey folks, Gavin Mitchell here. If you're in the market for a new car or truck, Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford has been family owned and operated for nearly 50 years, and my family has done business with Jerry for 25 of those. Jerry's proudly built a reputation of working hard to provide their customers with great service and exceptional value. Jerry Chevrolet has hundreds of new trucks in stock, and they are always marked with the absolute lowest price. Come test drive the Chevy Silverado or the Colorado today and get yourself a $25 prepaid Visa gift card for doing it. When you go online at jerrychevytexas.com, Jerry will offer you a $25 prepaid Visa gift card just for stopping in. No purchase necessary. It's as easy as that. If you have a trade-in, Jerry Chevrolet is always looking for quality used cars, and you can go to jerrychevytexas.com today and find out what your vehicle is worth. Buy new roads at Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford and at jerrychevytexas.com. Come out our way and trade your way. Tell them Gavin sent you.
Attention business owners. We know that owning a business means getting things done right now. So if your right now list includes a new building, call the Right Now Company. General Steel. We can design a building for your business quickly and save you thousands of dollars. That's right, thousands. You may think General Steel only builds large projects or that you can't afford General Steel quality. Well, check these prices. How about a 40 by 60 foot building for under $22,000? Or even a 50 by 100 for under $35,000? That's right, a 5,000 square foot building for under $35,000. And these buildings all have General Steel quality. Best of all, you can still order a building and have it delivered in time to build this year. How's that for right now? So if your right now list includes a new building, call the Right Now Company, General Steel.
800-398-8309, 800-398-8309, 800-398-8309. That's 800-398-8309.
Hey everybody, Gavin Mitchell from The Gavin Mitchell Show here. Of course you can find our show every week on our flagship station, News and Information, 570 AM KLIF, but sometimes once a week just isn't enough. I would encourage you to go out to our website, www.thegavinmitchellshow.com, and there you'll find a plethora of information about the show, including archived episodes of our daily podcast. You'll find a blog written by me and other conservative writers, and entertaining videos that are available with the Gavin Mitchell Experience. I would encourage you to follow us on Twitter at The GM Show. We are on Facebook, facebook.com/The Gavin Mitchell Show. And of course, we are on our flagship station for the internet, conservativeradionetwork.com, with the most talented conservative podcasters in the country. So be sure to tune in Saturdays at 8 p.m. right here on News and Information 570 AM KLIF, or through the week at conservativeradionetwork.com or www.thegavinmitchellshow.com.
If you happen to drive by the studios during a commercial break and you see a guy on the roof waving an American flag, that's our blue-collar doctor of common sense. And now here he is, your host, Dr. Gavin Mitchell.
Jim Rome once said, "The WNBA isn't meant to be funny. It just is." And I thought, what a sexist comment that is. But he went back to say, look, you know what? I'm all for women's sports. I'm all for promoting women's rights, all of that. But when it comes down to an entertainment value to a true sports fan, 8 and 10 trips up and down the floor without somebody scoring isn't fun to watch. And I hate to admit it, but I kind of agree. It's not that fun to watch. But for whatever reason, these WNBA players feel like they have the juice to stand up and make a political statement. So in the aftermath of everything that went on, the Minnesota Lynx, which is the Minneapolis version of the WNBA, wore a shirt with Black Lives Matter. It said on the front, "Change starts with us. Justice and accountability." On the back, it says Philando Castile, which is the guy shot in Minneapolis, Alton Sterling, which is the guy shot in Baton Rouge. It has the badge of the Dallas police officers, Black Lives Matter underneath. The police officers there in Minneapolis that work the ball game, that work security for their games, they are not sent there by the police department. They are hired as independent contractors to work security. They don't have to be there. And when they saw this WNBA team wearing these shirts, pardon me, in warm-ups, 4 of them walked right out the door. And a lot of police officers are saying if they don't change their stance, we're not working their games. Now, let me tell you something. If you don't have police officers at these events, remember that little thin blue line? It gets bad fast. There is nobody there to keep order. These women are idiots. It is those police officers. Those are the only people keeping the crazy fans, all 6 of them, from attacking them. They are the only people that keep the referees safe. They are the only people that keep some crazy stalker dude who lives halfway across the country from driving up and hurting one of these women. And you are going to spit in the face of the police that protect you like that? You have lost your mind. You get what you deserve in this situation. And the best part is the police chief there in Minneapolis said, look, this is a private contracting job. They can do whatever they want to and not get in trouble here, as long as they don't break the law. But they can walk off the job. It doesn't bother me one bit. In fact, I'm going to encourage people not to work these games until they change their stance. These celebrities think they have a pass to say whatever they want and do whatever they want. It's not true. Lieutenant Bob Kroll, president of the Minneapolis Police Federation, this is the union, says, I commend them for it, talking about the police officers walking out. They can walk off the job without consequences in their regular job. It's unbelievable. Others said they heard about it and they were not going to work Lynx games. If the Lynx players are going to keep their stance, all officers may refuse to work there. This is dumb. This is dumb. This is more of these figures inciting violence, inciting hate, forcing divide. They're not trying to bring people together. They're not trying to bridge a gap. They're trying to drive a wedge in between police and the black community. Why not facilitate the conversation? Why do this? They're idiots. And I'm telling you right now, I'm a big sports fan. I don't know one of their names. They are nobody to me. They think they're somebody, and maybe to some people they are. But to the vast world, they are nobody. They have a team here in Dallas. They play at a local college. They can't even get 50 people in the building to watch the game. But you're going to stand up and spit in the face of police officers who put their lives on the line? Police officers who run towards gunfire when you're running away? Shame on you, and shame on everything you stand for. It's absolutely disgusting to me, seeing this crap. You know, so you can dribble a ball, you can pass it, and you can shoot it to some degree, right? Better than women's college players, I guess. I don't know. I don't watch it. You're nobody to me. I don't understand it. You know, that Cleveland Brown tailback that posted the caricature on social media with a police officer getting his throat cut. He needs to be cut immediately. There are some things you don't do. And hear me, if anybody is an advocate of second chances, if anybody promotes second chances, it's this guy. I believe in mercy. I believe in grace. I truly do. But there have to be consequences for your actions, and fanning the flames like these guys because they have a platform, because they can run a little faster than everybody else, is disgusting. In the words of the great Ray Wiley Hubbard, on the days I keep my gratitude higher than my expectations. Well, I have really good days. Keep your head up, guys. Let's have ourselves a good day. For Ron Phillips, I am Gavin Mitchell. This has been a Pinnacle Broadcast Holdings production. We'll see you tomorrow.